Good morning. Having goals is great. Having systems is greatness. What do I mean by that? Well, we're all setting goals, right? Hopefully you're setting goals and that you have a target. Because if you're just going along and there's no goals, then you're just, like somebody one time said, you're just running up and down the field without ever scoring. You're just running around and around the track and you're not really getting anywhere. You can go and go and go and not go anywhere. So having goals is critical. The problem is most people set goals, if those who do set goals, very rarely have systems in place to support the goal. So having goals is great. Having systems is greatness. Let me give you some examples. Maybe you set a goal to get in shape and lose some weight, and yet your pantry and your fridge is just full of junk food, right? And so your system literally sabotages your goal. Or you set up a goal to get out of bed earlier, but you have 3 alarms set with a snooze button and you keep it right next to your head. And so the system is snooze, 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 where an easy system is take the alarm, move it across the bed, right? Or move it across the room where you have to get up and get it. But even more into that same system is what you're doing the night before. So your goal might be able to get up early, have a solid morning routine, just start your day with power and crush it. But every night you're sitting there on social media scrolling, you're watching Netflix episodes again and again. You're binge watching on Netflix, or you're just staying up doing nothing and eating junk food, right? And so the system sabotages the goal. So I'm going to repeat it. Having goals is great. Having systems is greatness. So look at every goal you have in your life and carefully analyze if the system you have in place is supporting the goal. Another way to look at this is say, what's stopping me from hitting my goals? What's stopping me? And you might realize, oh, well, it's this and it's this and this. And I promise there'll be some systems in place there. If you're carefully look at them, there will be systems in place that are sabotaging your goals and your desired outcomes and results. Having goals is great. Having systems is greatness. So look at every system in your life. And this is holistic. It's across your whole life spectrum, right? Like, what is it you have, systems you have in place for your physical body? We talked a little bit about that. And for exercise, some of you are like, I'm going to exercise, but you don't even know where your exercise clothes are. You can't find your running shoes. Or you have a gym membership that's all the way across town, and you're like, I don't have time to drive all the way over there. Or you got your gym in your house, but you're like, I don't know what to do. I got nothing. So your systems got to support that, right? Physically, mentally, emotionally. There are systems in place for getting your education in check, getting your mindset in check, for your emotions, right? There are literally systems for this, and most people don't even know about it. We have systems that are constantly triggering negative emotional responses. In fact, I was just listening last night to an awesome book, and they said the cognitive therapy, the birth of cognitive therapy came because they realized that right before people went into anxiety or depression, they had some thoughts or beliefs come into their mind that triggered the emotional response of anxiety or depression, but the patients weren't even aware of the thoughts and beliefs that came into their minds, which then triggered the emotional response. And so there it is again, perfectly. It's a system. Something happens, and without even being cognizant of it, a belief comes through that, that means this horrible thing's going to happen, triggers anxiety or depression, right? It was the system psychologically and emotionally that was causing it. And there's ways to release negative emotions, right? There's techniques for that. The people who are really healthy mentally and emotionally have a way to process stress and fear and doubt and worry, right? There's systems for all of that. And if we don't have those systems in place, we sabotage the goal. Spiritually, same thing. What are your systems for getting aligned with your values, for connecting with God, for getting centered spiritually, and for growing spiritually? There's systems for that. And again, we can have systems that sabotage or systems that support. And we can do it financially, we can do it socially, across the board. Look at the systems you have in your life, and if there's a frustration, if they're hurt, if you're not getting the results you want, look at your systems and make sure they support your goals, because having goals is great. Having systems is greatness. And every single day, we need to be training for greatness. Reach upward.